Hey folks, David Frost, LazyGapTrader.com. In this video, we're going to be talking about morning gap trades. In my course at LazyGapTrader.com, I teach two specific gap trading strategies. One is the morning gap trades, where I teach you, if you take the course, how to identify specific price levels where a stock should either find support or resistance. So in gap trading, for example, it means that a stock is gapping either up or down at the opening of the market from the prior day's close. And what I do in my course is I teach you which gaps are relevant, how much we're looking for, which stocks that we're looking for, which stocks have the highest probability of success with this strategy. What type of volume do we look for in stocks? What type of time frame do we look for in the gap fill strategy, which is the second part of the course? Which stocks have the highest probability with the gap fill strategy? I teach you all these things in the course and a whole lot more. But for this video, we're going to talk specifically about the morning gap trades. And each and every day, I give members an option. If you want my gap trades every day, you can take a trial, which is a separate service than the course. You can take a trial to get my gap trades each and every day. I'll send you an email with the gap trades I intend on trading that morning. It looks like this. So today's gap trades, we had QLIK, we had GME or GameStop, NBL or Noble Energy, and we had ACAD or Acadia Pharma. I tell you it's a gap higher or a gap lower. I identify the resistance levels where I believe a stock should pull back from. So if it's gapping higher, I give you the level that it should find resistance. If a stock is gapping lower, I give you the level it should find support and bounce from that level, meaning you're going to buy at the support level, you're going to sell short at the resistance level. So as you can see here, we had 4 potential trades today. GameStop didn't hit its level, so it becomes a no trade, it's a scratch, it just didn't happen. But the other 3 actually hit their levels, so we're going to talk about those other 3 stocks right now. The first one was QLIK. And let's go down to a shorter time frame than the daily chart. We'll look at a 5-minute chart. And as you can see here in QLIK, the first 5-minute candle of the day, the stock came up to the 29.34 level where I told members it should find resistance at that point. You can see here the prior day's close was at 26.69, so it's a pretty healthy gap higher in the morning. I'm able to teach you through the course how you can identify the level where the stock should find resistance and you should see a price reaction, or in this case, a pullback from, allowing you to short the stock and realize a quick scalp trade. As you can see, in the second 5-minute candle of the day, the stock made a low of 28.36 for basically a 98-cent possible gain, maximum gain of 98 cents in just a few minutes into the trading day. That's the first stock that we had on the radar today. So that was a success. This is something that you can learn by taking the course at Lazy Gap Trader, how to do this for yourself each and every day. You can identify the stocks. I teach you which have the highest probability of success. And most of all, I teach you exactly how to isolate and find these levels. So the second one was GameStop. That was a no trade. The third one was Noble Energy. So let's go take a look at Noble. So as you can see with Noble, I provided 2 levels today in the email. I provided 3 with the QLIK stock, only 1 hit, but I also provided 2 levels with Noble. And interestingly enough, you can see where the first level didn't work. So that was actually a loss, and that happens. My hit rate in the emails that I send out for the gap trades I take each and every day is about 79% success rate. The point is you're not going to win on 100% of the trades. That's an impossibility. But the higher your percentage of win rate and the more you win on the trades you win, make it into a wildly successful strategy. So since we're talking about the success rate or the performance, I might as well bring up the performance. Now you can't see everything on the screen here. I'm just trying to squeeze it in, but I keep a running total that you can see here on the right where total number of trades. Now this isn't updated through today, so the numbers actually get better than you see on the screen, but you can see here, and this is just from the end of January when I started offering this service as a actual purchasable or service to the public, that that subscribers or members were able to buy. Now, I've been doing this for many, many years, but I just decided to turn this into a product recently. So since the end of January, these are the numbers. We had, if you include today, it would be about 56 trades, and the wins would be 45, the losses would be 12, and the percentage would probably be about 80%. It would through the yesterday. If I don't count today, it's 79% win rate, 21% loss rate. Average winning trade is 3.1%. Now keep in mind, that's a lot of times on a couple of minute hold, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, usually no more than that. So these are scalp trades where you're holding these trades just for minutes, and each trade has an average winning rate percentage of 3%. Okay, 79% of the trades win, and the win rate is 3% gain on each and every win. The average loss is well under 1%. So this just gives you a flavor of my running total in terms of the performance. So back to Noble, even though the first trade of the day could be considered a loss, and based on in my course, I teach why a lot of traders may not have taken that trade. But we're going to call it a loss to be fair. Okay? But the second trade on Noble at 29.41 down here, what happened there? Well, it turned into a winner later on in the day. So we got our money back in Noble. Okay, we only lost because my recommended stop out on Noble was 25 to 30 cents. Our win in the afternoon session was about 40 cents from where the entry point was down here until the top end here. And in my course, I teach how to get the maximum amount out of these trades. I teach how you can trail a stop. I teach how you can turn a trade into a risk-free, emotionless trade by taking some of the profit and letting the rest ride with a trailing stop. I teach all these strategies in my course, and hence I teach you how to make the most out of this gap trading strategy that you can. So even though we had a losing trade this morning in Noble, in the afternoon it became a winning trade, and we actually got more than our money back on the loss. So that's a positive in Noble. Let's take a look at the last trade of the day, which was ACAD, was the ticker symbol. Now, just to give you a different flavor, we're taking a look at a 60-minute chart of Acadia Pharmaceuticals. And if you go back to the email, the bottom one here, you can see resistance level is $25.48. The high of the day was $25.49, and that occurred in the first hour of the day. And you can see what happened after that. I don't have to explain any further. The stock closed at $23.81, never reaching that level again up at the top where we recommended we would find a resistance point. So as you can see, this one was a very, very nice winner. And I teach you in the course exactly how to identify those type of price levels where a stock should find resistance and you can sell it short, or find support and you can buy it for a long play and have an intraday play or a scalp trade. Either way, this is a wonderful money-making opportunity. Come over to lazygaptrader.com, check out the course. You can learn how to do this for yourself. You can do it each and every day, and you can profit for life. I'm David Frost, lazygaptrader.com. Thanks for tuning in, folks.